The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a crash involving a Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office patrol car.
Authorities say it happened just after 4:30 Wednesday morning in Hartford. A deputy was parked in a field driveway when another car crossed the road and hit the patrol vehicle at a high rate of speed. Officials say they found marijuana and a pipe that tested positive for meth in the second car.
The sheriff's office says the person behind the wheel of the car was 43-year-old Kira Elizabeth Blackbear, who had been on parole since June after serving time in prison on drug charges.
And there's so many of these cases that, and it seems to be becoming more and more frequent, that as we deal with them, the offender tends to be on some sort of parole or some sort of other supervision. And that's why we wanted to bring it up. This is continuing to go on. We see it more and more frequently. And from a law enforcement perspective, it's very frustrating.
Gromer says both Blackbear and the deputy were transported to the hospital following the crash.
He says the deputy was released, but he didn't have an update on Blackbear.
A former DOC correctional officer and a convicted murderer are among 5 people indicted for bringing drugs into the South Dakota Penitentiary.
The smuggling operation allegedly took place last month. Attorney General Marty Jackley announced the indictments on Thursday.
After a thorough investigation by DCI with cooperation of the Department of Corrections, we've uncovered a criminal conspiracy to distribute drugs in the penitentiary.
Jackley says the indictments will serve as a deterrent to anyone else who might try to smuggle drugs into the pen.
One of the suspects, 52-year-old Nancy Sage of Sioux Falls, pleaded not guilty Thursday to multiple felonies involving both meth and synthetic marijuana. The judge set her bond at $2,500 cash.
The Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools is planning to close one of its existing elementary schools in 2026.
A letter was sent to parents Wednesday that said enrollment at Christ the King has remained relatively flat for nearly 2 decades, and consolidation will help staff better manage operating costs in the future. In a statement to KELOLAND News, officials say the school system has capacity for current and future students across the 5 remaining elementary schools.
Its decision was made to position the Catholic school system for long-term growth. Several parents are heartbroken and have even started a petition to keep the school open.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right, good morning, Travis. Good morning, everybody. Weather today, we're still featuring some scattered rain out there. Most of that is west and northwest of Sioux Falls, but just keep an eye on the weather today. There will be a few more pockets of these showers coming in. Mid-60s, Brookings, Watertown, looking at upper 60s in Pierre. It's been very wet there, but we're kind of on the downhill slide here. I think we're about done with most of the big rain. 70 our high in Rapid City, partly cloudy. That's a quick look at weather. We'll get to the full weekend forecast coming up.
Thank you, Brian. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and organizations across the state are sharing uplifting messages for anyone who is struggling mentally or emotionally.
Lost and Found has been writing positive messages for the past 4 years, and this year 75 other organizations in Rapid City joined the cause.
People are walking to their classes and their labs, and they might not have time to sit and talk with someone, but just seeing a message on their way to class can just bring up their mood. And a huge part of Lost and Found is actually making connections between students.
Suicide happens roughly once every 11 minutes in the United States. If you know someone who might be struggling, reaching out is the first step.
The newest musical from Lights Up Productions has been 6 years in the making.
The Journey Inside weaves together pieces of past fall performances into one story and includes characters ranging from the coachman in Pinocchio to Pontius Pilate.
It was pretty difficult. It took quite a few months, but what I had to do was take this brand new story and weave it into specific aspects of those other shows. But here's the key. The key is having narrators. So there are built-in narrators from the beginning all the way to the end.
The Journey Inside opens tonight at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls and runs through Sunday.
We provided a link with show times and ticket information under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Tomorrow is sure to be a busy one in Larchwood, Iowa.
The 3rd annual Hero Haven all-vehicle poker run is taking place, traveling to different towns around the tri-state area.
We'll have sign up in the morning, and then we will go to neighboring communities where people can draw a hand, and then we'll end up back here in the late afternoon, early evening, and we'll have a silent auction, a raffle, and then we'll have a free will donation for supper.
Money raised at the run will go to the nonprofit Hero Haven. It sends veterans and service members on free outdoor adventures.
Not only does this give them a fun experience, but it also helps them connect and open up with people who may have gone through similar hard situations as them.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check your weather with Brian.
All right, our weather update going into the weekend. We got temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s this morning, and we're still tracking a little rain out there. It's not done, but it's also a situation where it's not going to be raining all the time. It's just a matter of watching how all of this kind of spins in a circle. You can see some evidence of that, can't you? There around Watertown and Sisseton, a little more rain. Sioux Falls so far has spent a lot of time kind of in the gap zones between batches of rain, but it's still possible a few more things could drift in from the northwest. I wouldn't necessarily count on that being a big rainmaker, but it's enough we have to at least mention. Even tomorrow, there's still a few more of these popping up, mainly over in southwest Minnesota, northeast South Dakota. Temperatures for the kickoff of the weekend, pretty good. Feel like room temperature, 72 Sioux Falls late in the afternoon. And then I think we'll turn a little warmer by Sunday and Monday. Some nice weather ahead here actually next week. Very pleasant for mid-September. Forecast high today, 67 in Mitchell, 66 degrees. Winter, a little bit cool. We've had a lot of rain this week west of Mobridge and that whole area. So a little chance to dry out. I think that's going to happen here. 7-day Sioux Falls could use some more rain, but let's be honest here. The rain on the 7-day forecast, not exactly high probabilities. We've got maybe a couple things we're going to watch Monday, Tuesday. A lot of that's probably in Nebraska and Iowa. So we're just going to keep that at a low end right now. Mid-50s at night, mid-70s in the afternoon. So it's nice weather. Feels pretty comfortable. Aberdeen in the northeast, a lot of mid-70s too going into your forecast. You've had around 2 inches of rain this week. So, yeah, you're going to definitely see some greenery there, the grass taking all that in. Pierre, a lot of rain this week. We've had over 5 inches, and we've been, of course, sorting through the final numbers here. We'll have those for you later today, but looks like a lot of the 7 days a little quieter. And Rapid City, watch Monday. That could still affect Rapid City in the west with a high at 75 early next week. A lot more details online at KEVLLAND.com.